Israel Adesanya probably had one of the most viral knockouts in UFC history over his win against Alex Pereira. Not only the most viral knockout, but definitely the most viral celebration, shooting 3 arrows into the chest and heart of Alex Pereira. 3 arrows because of how many times he defeated Israel Adesanya. But as amazing as a feat that was, as we all know, Alex Pereira defeated Israel Adesanya twice in kickboxing and once in the UFC for the Middleweight Championship of the world. As amazing as that was, with Israel Adesanya regaining the Middleweight Championship of the world, it is absolutely terrible for the middleweight division, and here's why. Israel Adesanya has not only become one of the UFC's most favorite and most famous fighters of all time by winning, he's done it by staying active, and he's done it by defeating almost everyone in the division. He defeated Robert Whittaker to catch the middleweight title back in 2019, defeated Yoel Romero, he defeated Paulo Costa, he defeated Marvin Vettori, he lost to Jan Blachowicz, and he also defeated Robert Whittaker a second time. In those 6 championship fights that he had, 2 of them were rematches against Whittaker and against Vettori. And many people were wondering, what is next for Adesanya? What could he possibly do that won't wow the audience anymore? Well, he could fight the guy that everyone thinks who is his kryptonite, and that is Alex Pereira, which he did, and he ultimately lost. And many people weren't clamoring for a rematch. Why? Because there was so much interesting matchups for Alex Pereira. Maybe a matchup between him and Robert Whittaker would be good. Paulo Costa could get another crack at the belt. Marvin Vettori could get another shot at the title. Not many people wanted to see a rematch because of also the fact that Pereira defeated Adesanya 3 times already. And many people were like, all right, well, it's MMA, not kickboxing. So is this fight 4 or is this fight 2 in MMA? Like, many people were having conflicting stories on what predicated in front of us. And all of a sudden, Adesanya gets the dub, drops an amazing post-fight interview that had me in tears and had me inspired to go out and do something great and special. But immediately after he won, I just knew for a fact that this win was horrible for the division because he defeated everybody already. So who is he going to fight that he already hasn't beaten before? He defeated Robert Whittaker twice, and that second fight was very, very close, but it wasn't close enough for us to be chomping at the bit for Robert to get a 3rd shot at the title. He already defeated Paulo Costa. He already defeated Marvin Vettori in 2 lackluster fights that I guarantee you not even a degenerate would want to watch. He also defeated the likes of Paulo Costa yet again. Not another matchup people would want to see unless Paulo Costa gets a huge victory. The only other guy in line to fight is Dricus du Plessis, DDP, and he has a fight already lined up against Robert Whittaker, which is presumably a #1 contender fight. Why he's fighting Robert Whittaker, I do not know why. I think the UFC wants him to truly earn that title shot the same way that Alex Pereira defeated Sean Strickland to earn the title shot, but I think they should just fast track him to the title already. Dricus du Plessis is already in the top 10. He's ranked number 6. I don't think he needs to go through a killer in Robert Whittaker that is already a hard fight as it is. Now, say he gets the dub, there's already beef between them as Adesanya called him out via the post-fight press conference.
I will gladly drag his carcass across South Africa.
Let's not forget, Adesanya also defeated Jared Cannonier in probably one of the most lackluster fights of Adesanya's career, in which I was there live and people were leaving after the 3rd round because no one was truly interested in that fight. He fought extremely safe. So again, not another fight that people want to watch. This fight with Dricus du Plessis will truly maybe rejuvenate his career in the sense that he hasn't really had that many bad blood fights in his title reign. Adesanya has been complaining about the talent pool. His coach, Eugene Behrman, has been complaining also. Like, that's what happens when you're that great. You run out of asses to kick. But on the contrary, it's like, bro, you wanted the belt back, and now you're complaining about fighting who? Why don't you just go up and wait maybe? Like, stop crying. This is what you wanted, and that's what happens. Heavy lies the crown. You probably have to lap the division yet again. This is very reminiscent to when Kamaru Usman and Leon Edwards fought for the 3rd time. Remember, Kamaru Usman lapped through the division, defeated Jorge Masvidal twice, Colby Covington twice, defeated Gilbert Burns, all the top contenders. Then he was on his way to lapping yet another guy in Leon Edwards and got his head kicked into oblivion in one of the latest stoppages and most shocking stoppages in UFC history. And what did they do? They ran that back right away, and rightfully so. Kamaru Usman was well deserving of getting an immediate rematch, an immediate trilogy fight against Leon Edwards. And going into that fight, I thought as well, Leon Edwards better win. Otherwise, if Kamaru wins, it's going to be terrible for the welterweight division. Let's say Kamaru Usman had won. We wouldn't want to see another Colby Covington fight. Hell no, because he beat him twice. We wouldn't want to see another Gilbert Burns fight. Although Gilbert deserved the title shot, he definitely wasn't number one on the list for getting another title shot. We wouldn't want to see another Jorge Masvidal fight, especially if he even defeated Gilbert Burns. Maybe a Bilal Muhammad fight would be good. Maybe a Stephen Wonderboy Thompson would be good. But then again, we would just be in the same continuity, the same stagnant place that the world was in back when that man was champion. Now that Leon Edwards defeated Kamaru Usman, there's plenty of matchups to go around. There's plenty of guys deserving for a title shot. You already have Colby Covington, Bilal Muhammad, Gilbert Burns, even though he's coming off a loss, Shavkat Rakhmonov. So many other interesting matchups that we could see with Leon Edwards as champion, where I feel like if Kamaru stayed champion, we wouldn't have gotten those intriguing matchups. And that's exactly what's happened here with Adesanya. So I think they just need to man up, especially if Robert defeats Dricus du Plessis. I think they just need to bite the bullet,